Hello and welcome everyone, my name is Doomlight and today I'll be playing Joe Dever's Lone Wolf, the HD remastered version. So this game is a turn-based RPG, but it's told through a storybook with like sort of choose your own adventure style feel to it. So there'll be like the story will be told like in a book, and then like if combat happens, you're going to like turn-based combat with the enemy. And there's also some puzzles and stuff as well in there, so there's going to be quite a bit of reading in this playthrough. So let's get into it. Write your story. New game. I remember this game being a bit hard at times, so I just stick with normal. Alright, you are Lone Wolf. Your life is not an ordinary one. You assess and counter all challenges with... Here we go. Yep, multiple choice. So the multiple choice menu lets you choose your path and write your own story. Pay attention on what you decide, because actions will shape the world around you. Click each icon to display its description. Click the flashing icon at the centre of the page to confirm your choice. So, you always prefer a straightforward and decisive approach, although it is often reckless. You carefully assess the details of any situation before attempting to overcome an obstacle. Or you rely on your dexterity and intuition to overcome any obstacle. So this affects your stats as well, I believe. So I'm gonna go... Let's go with being a smart lone wolf. So, count all challenges with intelligence. Many are the battles you have fought in defence of Sommerlund, wielding your... So now we get to choose our starting weapon. I think on my first playthrough I went with the sword, so I might go with the axe. So axes are balanced weapons regarding damage and speed. So yeah, let's use the axe this time, because I have played through this before and I've beaten it, but it was a long time ago. It was back in like 2015 I think when I first played this, so I don't remember too much about it really, so this will be a pretty new experience to me as well. Wielding your axe. You are more than a gifted warrior. You possess special Kai disciplines that give you mastery of Survival combines the skills of Master Tracker, Hunter and Explorer. Or Healing restores your health and improves your meditation skills. I mean, you gotta go healing. Mind over matter lets you manipulate objects in your immediate environment. Oh yes, I remember that's like telekinesis attacks and stuff, remember, right? Mind Blast and Mind Shield transform your mind into a powerful psychic weapon and Psionic Shield. I like the idea of manipulating objects. Able to perform extraordinary martial feats due to your mastery of weapon skill. Animal kinship. Oh yeah, animal kinship enables you to communicate with and influence most animals. It's gotta be that one. Your sixth sense enhances your natural intuition, helping you to identify and counter unseen dangers. That sounds good. Camouflage enables you to blend into your surroundings, enhancing your stealth. I like this one. Counter one. Gives you the mastery of healing, mind over matter, animal kinship and sixth sense for Sommerlund and the Kai. Hey, there he is. Yep, I will confirm my choices.
For many centuries, the Kai Lords defended their kingdom of Sommerlund from the Dark Lords of Helgedad. Many battles were fought and won by the Kai, but finally came their demise. 3 years ago, the monastery of your warrior order was attacked by the armies of the Dark Lords. The Kai were destroyed. You were the only one who survived the final battle. All seemed lost, but you retrieved the Sommersword, the one weapon that can slay a Dark Lord of Helgedad. You slew Zagana, the Dark Lord leader, and saved your kingdom from destruction. Now, the lesser Dark Lords hunger to take their revenge. It falls to you, the last Kai Lord of Sommerland, to crush their evil schemes once more.
Here we go. That's the backstory for you. Blood on the Snow, Act 1. Turn the pages. You can turn the pages dragging them to the leftmost part of the screen, just like a normal book, or through a double click on the right side of the page. You can also go back to any previous page of the current chapter. Click on the bookmark to open the Tome interface and access its sections. They will let you access everything that you need to manage your character and your story. Okay. You are Lone Wolf, the last... Oh, thank you for that. The last of the Kai Lords and sole survivor of a massacre that destroyed your elite warrior order. You would prefer not to be where you find yourself now, in a narrow mountain pass, blackened with crisp snow, flanked by shadowy timberlands where icy winds whistle through the branches and chill you to the bone. You would prefer not to be here, but duty has called you to this remote part of your domain. You are the Thrall of this territory, and you are responsible for the safety and security of the hardy, summer-lending folk who live and prosper in this harsh mountainous borderland. You have received a disturbing report of enemy activity around the mining village of Rockstone, and all communication with the village has ceased. Fearful that the settlement may have been attacked by Gaiax and other Darkland raiders, you have come here to assess for yourself the true situation. Nice little picture there. After a seemingly endless trek through snow and ice, you have almost reached your destination. Your horse becomes increasingly nervous as you approach the outskirts of the mining settlement. I like the little animated pictures, they're a nice little touch. Look at him, aww, pet pet. The smell of wood smoke is being carried along on the chill air, and its acrid aroma unsettles you both. This is not the reassuring smell of smoke that arises from hearth or furnace in the depths of winter. This is the smell of wanton destruction. Your heart sinks. You have journeyed here as quickly as the harsh weather would permit, but despite your valiant effort, you may have arrived too late. Right, so our choices are... I don't know that once I can't even pick that. I can be careful and proceed on foot, or I don't want to waste any more time, so I urge the horse to gallop. No, poor thing, no, proceed on foot. The forest clings to the steep mountainside on both sides of the trail. The ground here is very difficult to traverse on foot, and impossible on horseback. It comprises jagged rocks and loose shale, interspersed with treacherously deep and narrow fissures, and they are all covered by a blanket of ice and snow. It will be a very difficult route to take, but if you were to always keep the trail in sight, it would be a sure way to reach Rockstone. You dismount and pat your horse's head reassuringly, pat pat. Then you retrieve your equipment and personal items from the saddlebag. The horse senses that you must leave him now and go ahead alone. He neighs softly yet sadly. Fear not, dear friend. You have fulfilled your duty with courage. Now you must return alone to the monastery where you will be safe. Go as fast as you are able. We shall be reunited before too long. Bye bye. Your horse lowers his head and affectionately he nuzzles your shoulder. Aww. His unquestioning love and loyalty warms your heart. With a last pat of his forehead, you send him on his way, back along the track and to the mountain road that leads to the Kai Monastery. You watch him go until he is lost among the trees. Then you still your nerves and resolve to reach Roxdorn as quickly as you can on foot. You tackle the difficult ascent with dexterity until you find that the way ahead is blocked by a fast wall of snow. This obstruction is the result of an avalanche that swept down the mountainside a few days earlier, carrying with it many trees and loose boulders. The village of Roxdorn lies beyond this great wall of snow and shattered timber. So, it's going to be dangerous, but you can decide to climb over the avalanche. You feel there must be a way to clear the snow itself from the path. Or through animal kinship, you commune with the wild looking for help. Yeah, go on, let's do that. A sudden noise makes you turn your head. Instantly, you see a pair of eyes, yellow like burning torches, staring at you through the snowy underbrush. They are the eyes of mountain wolves. Good timing on the music there. You crouch down in the snow and keep perfectly still, your senses tingling. Slowly, the pack leader leaves his cover and moves towards you. He is an old male with a distinctive patch of white fur in the centre of his forehead. His thick grey body fur is highlighted with gold-coloured hairs that ripple and gleam as he traverses the forest floor with ease. Yeah, look at that. Hey buddy, pat pat. And you get a pat pat. And pat pat pat. Pat pat. Pat pat pat. Pat pat pat. Pat pat pat. There you go, all pats. You look directly into his amber eyes and suddenly you understand what has happened here during the past few days. Images retained in the Wolfpack leader's feral memory swim in and out of focus in your mind's eye. You see the villagers of Roxdorn fleeing in panic as a war party of Gaiaks rampage through the streets of their mining settlement, killing, burning and looting everything in their path. These images confirm your worst fears. You rise to your feet and the Wolfpack leader halts in mid-step. You decide that you must reach Roxdorn as soon as possible, and instinctively the pack leader senses your purpose here. He turns his head towards the north and lets out a melancholy howl. His pack emerges from hiding. Quickly they follow in his wake, then he leaps forward and loops away from the snowy foliage. You sense that he knows a way around the avalanche. Without hesitation you rush forward to join with the wolf pack. You run and the wolf pack runs with you in perfect harmony. Here's the map of the area. World map. The world map lets you decide which narrative section to unlock next. Pay attention when you choose, some decisions can't be undone. So it also lets you access the merchants you have unlocked. The world map can be accessed from the tome section. Meditation is the skill that Lone Wolf uses to restore and recover vitality points, endurance and Kai power. You can meditate only before leaving your current location, before triggering a new narrative section. If you are ambushed while meditating, you'll start the combat session with your Kai powers on cooldown. Yes, they can interrupt your healing, the jerks. While moving on the map or during meditation, there's a chance that you'll trigger a random encounter, because of course what RPG doesn't have random encounters every now and then. Right, so let's do a meditate because I used my powers to summon those wolves. Yep, safe place to meditate. Here we go, rested successfully. Okay, now we can head on. Up there. Yep. Thank you for that. The village of Roxdorn was once a thriving and vibrant mining community, nestling among the slopes on the surrounding mound. chieftains. Life here on the border with the Darklands is harsh, yet the villagers of Roxdawn are a hardy and industrious community. They are fiercely loyal to you, their liege lord, and to King Ulnar and Summerland. Now Roxdawn lies silent and smouldering. The noise of its steam engines and its armoury no longer echoes among the high peaks. Cautiously, you approach the entrance to the village. It is eerily quiet. The smell of wood smoke that you detected from a distance is now heavy with the cloying stench of death. You stare unblinkingly at the horrific scene that greets you. The blood-soaked and lifeless bodies of villagers lie strewn about the streets. Many were cut down as they fled, while others died fighting desperately to protect their loved ones and their homes. Recent snowfall has covered the slain with a thin white shroud, sparing you the unsettling sight of their gaping frozen wounds. All around, several shops and dwellings have been badly burned or completely destroyed by fire. There are too many victims hereabouts for you to gather their bodies and give them a decent burial, as is the customary practice in Summerland. The terrible price that has been paid by the villagers of Roxdawn, partly as a consequence of your late arrival, weighs heavily on your heart. You close your eyes, raise your face to the cloudy sky, and make a silent plea to Goddess Ishir to gather and protect the souls of the slain. You open your eyes and advance along the main street, your nerves as taut as wound-steel wires. Then you hear something. It is the sound of bare feet on fresh snow. It is followed by the rattle of loose armour and a gurgling growl that sets your pulse racing. It is a Gaiac. Okay, it drowls through its sharp, uneven teeth. You recognise the foul Gaiac language and know enough of it to translate the creature's chilling utterance. I bring you a slow death. Your fears are confirmed by the presence of this hateful Gaiac. Roxdawn has been attacked by a Gaiac raiding party. The creature stalking towards you is only one of many now occupying the village. The Gaiac closes in and defiantly you stand your ground. You can expect to receive no mercy from this creature, and you will give it none in return. And with that, battle commences. There he is, Lone Wolf. Okay, tutorial time. So, when the action buttons appear near Lone Wolf's body, it means that it is your turn to strike. Each button grants access to a specific class of abilities according to its position and look. During your turn, make your choices before the yellow bar empties. You won't be able to attack or use consumables before the bar is completely refilled. Yeah, so this is my turn gauge. Once it reaches 0, it's basically their time to attack. Right. Okay, so different types of attacks with the main hand abilities. You can perform 3 main combat techniques with the weapon you wield in your main hand. A quick strike that is difficult to dodge or parry, a heavy blow that is slower but deals more damage, and a lethal combination of attacks. When a melee weapon is wielded on the offhand, it also makes special combat abilities available in the circle menu. These abilities add a further layer of strategy to the battles. Try them all and define your fighting style. The green bar represents your endurance, which is the resource you use to perform physical actions, including all melee combat techniques and offensive action events. So if you spam your abilities, you'll drain your endurance bar, so you've got to be careful with your endurance. Right, so let's use a quick attack. Right, and then let's go for a heavy attack. So in order to perform a directional action event correctly, click and drag the arrow as suggested on screen. If you miss it, the arrow will disappear. Yeah, so with certain attacks you have to perform little interactions in order to make them more powerful. that. There we go. Yep, so I'm out of endurance now, so I can't use any of these abilities. So let's use ranged weapons. The use of all ranged weapon techniques is connected to the equipped ranged weapon, throwing knives or crossbow. Ranged attacks consume ammunition. Crossbows have firepower as their main stats. It increases bolt damage. Right, so we got throw a single knife at an enemy, it costs 1 throwing knife. Or we can throw multiple knives at an enemy. Let's just throw 1 for now. In order to perform a precision action event correctly, wait for the external outline to touch the central circle. When the circle glows, click it. If you miss it, the circle disappears. There we go. Some attacks can cause altered status to both enemies and Lone Wolf. Each status has different characteristics, and some of them can be cured by elixirs. List of all the status effects. A bunch of them. Right. Now their turn. Ow. Come on, Lone Wolf, recover. Almost. There we go. Oh, he got another turn in. Jerk. Ow, he stunned me. Come on, Lone Wolf, snap out of it. There we go. So, in order to perform a precision directional action event correctly, wait for the arrows to overlap, then click and drag as suggested on screen. If you miss, the arrows will disappear. Yeah. Countered. Here comes a new guy. The Kai Discipline action button is placed over the belt. When clicked, it displays your Kai disciplines, just as the other action buttons work. The blue bar represents your Kai power, which is the resource you use when you resort to your Kai disciplines. The Kai power bar refills automatically during a fight when you kill an enemy. Your intelligence enhances the effect. Let's call in an animal friend. Hey, it's my wolf buddy. And then let's go for this one. The finish. Nice going, Lone Wolf and Wolf Buddy. Yay, now for the spoils. Got a throwing knife back. Got a sword, leather pouch, iron. Yep, take it all. So, you derive no pleasure from killing, but if there is only one survivor still alive in the village, you vow to do everything you can to find and keep them safe. You turn away from the Gaiax corpses and scour the surrounding buildings for signs of life. But this part of Roxdorn and its inhabitants are hit especially hard. It looks as if the Gaiax wanted to make doubly sure that nobody could escape and raise the alarm. The houses and stores are badly damaged, their once fine facades blackened and charred by fire. The closest building is near to collapse. Much of the roof has fallen in and its walls are cracked and holed. Above the smouldering door you can still see a sign and make out the inscription, Hankar's Store. The store is in such a dangerous condition that you feel it is unsafe to enter it. However, it has an attached warehouse that has survived virtually intact. You try to enter, but the door has been barred from the inside. So we can either try to reach a large hole that you spotted in the front of the building, concentrate your mind over matter powers on the door itself, or rely on the strength to bash the door down. Let's try to reach the hole. So, making a decision through the multiple choice menu may trigger an action event. Be ready for anything or face the consequences. You can choose how to interact with action events in the game settings, yada yada yada. In order to perform a precision action event, yeah, we know about that. Yeah, we know about these ones as well. Hey, we did it. With little difficulty, you climb the damaged front of the building and peer in through a gaping hole in the wall. Directly above the main door below, you can see the storage area of this general store. Its goods and produce lie scattered everywhere. You sense the presence of Gaiacs, although you cannot be sure how many are lurking here. Then they scuttle into view. They are fighting over a leg of cured ham they have found. Roughly, they claw and shove each other as they struggle for possession of this hunch of meat. Jeez, scavengers. You watch as they come closer to the barred door. When they are below your position, you decide to use the element of surprise to your advantage. You leap down and attack them, catching them unawares. Here comes another fight. Let's do it, Lone Wolf. So when you're fighting 2 or more enemies, you can choose which one to attack by clicking on them. Simple enough. Right, let's do a little bit of healing. There you go, get you back up to strength. And let's give you a big old combo attack. Yeah, some good strong damage to start off. And let's give you a dagger. Ah, not quite enough. Let's do a fan. There you go, don't we get rid of that guy. The Summer Sword. The holy weapon grants you the ability of performing devastating fighting techniques. Because of its magical origin, in order to wield it, you will need Kai power instead of endurance. A single cooldown is shared by all Summer Sword attacks. I don't have enough for it yet. And let's see what we got. Yeah, let's go into a defensive stance, why not? And a counter. Nice. Yeah, my time now. And a finisher. There we go. Now look at him walking away like a badass. Let's see what we got. Oh, I didn't leave behind a ham. Oh. I remember these potions becoming very important in later fights, like the ones that recover your endurance and stuff. Oh, picklock. Nice. This was once a thriving general store, but now it lies in ruin, its structure badly damaged by fires that were started deliberately by the marauding Gaiacs. Much of its stock has also been looted or despoiled by these unwelcome invaders. A map of Rockstorm and the surrounding mountainous area hangs on the soot-blackened wall. This mining village is built on a plateau of rock overlooking the sunken forest. The entrance to its famous Bronin Mines is located in the southeast part of the crater-like wall of rock that surrounds and contains the wooded depression. You suspect that Bronin may be the reason why the Gaiacs have attacked Ruxstan in force. You search through the debris that covers the floor, but there is little of value to be found. You're about to stop your search and leave the store when, behind the store's counter, you discover something that sparks your curiosity. It is a large wooden chest, and it is locked. First minigame, time to pick a lock. To open the lock, you must find the right position for the pick. You can rotate the pick by dragging it to the left or to the right. The pick will rotate around the lock. When you position the lock, you can try and force the lock with the knife. You can force the lock with the knife by dragging it to the left. You can't force with the knife while you are moving the pick. When forced, the pick will start rotating depending on the pick position. The lock will rotate more or less. When you'll find the right position for the pick, force with the knife and the lock will open. If the pick is not in the right position and you force the lock, the pick will start losing durability. If you force too much, the pick will break. You can decide to give up at any time by pressing this button. So this is basically like like Elder Scrolls and Fallout's form of picking locks. It's the same kind of formula. So rotate pick, pull that. If it goes all the way, then it unlocks. If it stops, you have to readjust. Yep, so it's close, but not quite there. There we go. Nice and simple one. You manage to pick the lock, and now the container lies open in front of you. You look inside and find some valuable items that could prove useful. Ooh, bunch of knives, potion. Oh, that's a good one. Hey, and some bread. Didn't get the ham, but I got the bread. Nice. When you leave the store and return to the main street, a gust of icy wind bites into the exposed flesh on your face, and a sudden chill makes you shiver. The winter sun is completely obscured by thick grey clouds, yet you are able to tell the time of day without its helpful presence. It is nearing midday. Back to the world map. Next place to go is this building here. Let's meditate first though. Should be safe. Hey. Okay, and with that I think I'm going to leave this first episode here. Got a good little introduction of the story, what the game's going to be like. There's a few different kinds of puzzles I think as well later on, but for now I've got the basics going. So yeah, with that being said, I've been Doomlike, thank you all for watching and have a nice day.